Hey Scorpio, welcome to ILLUMINATRESS Tarot and to your reading for October 2024. Okay, I got some titles at the beginning of the month for each of the Zodiac signs, so I'm gonna read you yours and then we will see what comes out in the cards. So for Scorpio, I got keep up the good work, it's all working its way out. So you're doing some good stuff. I don't know what it is. So we're gonna see what the cards say. Okay. So let's get into our prayer, and I'm gonna be reading it off of my computer because I wrote it down. It kind of came through me channeled, and I'm like, this is the prayer I'm gonna say at the beginning of all the readings. I think I forgot to do it for Libra's reading or Taurus's yesterday, but it's okay. We're gonna remember when we remember. But go ahead and receive this prayer and let it wash over you. Let it cover you as we go into your reading, okay? Thank you, Great Spirit, for granting us this new day and for allowing us to commune soul to soul in this way. May this reading bring peace. May this reading bring truth. And may this reading bring awareness. May the foundation of this message contribute to the ultimate liberation of the seeker on all levels, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and energetically. May they be empowered to let themselves live their life abundantly and in their fullness as they deserve to, as we all deserve to. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Isn't that such a yummy prayer? I'm like, yeah, that just like feels real good. So let's get into it. We're going to start with your recent past. Okay, I'm going to be using a mixture of tarot cards and oracle cards. And we're going to do a foundation for your reading, like a foundational theme. With the oracle cards, I'm gonna put all the information about what decks I use in the description box, and then for the reading I'm gonna get clarity with the tarot cards. Okay, and at the very end we'll use another oracle deck to kind of surmise the entire reading and get like an overall guidance. Okay, just for the end of it. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, Scorpio. We block off all negative energies from all spaces and times, realms, and dimensions. And we invite in our spirit guides, spirit guardians, ancestors, angels, spirit protectors of the most benevolent, elevated, and empowered order. Please provide us the guidance that we need right now, or provide Scorpio the guidance that they are needing at this time. Please provide a foundational theme for the energy that Scorpio needs to be aware of for Scorpio's reading for October 2024. Thank you. Willing release with a tall tail at the bottom, but we're just going to go with willing release right now. So willing release, this is the card. Beautiful. What are you releasing? What you releasing, Scorpio? This is beautiful. Release can, when we release, we can allow in so much more that is for us, because if we need to release something, that means that it's no longer serving us the way that it should or could. And it also may be taking up the space of something that is really waiting to come into our lives and into our energetic field. So it's sitting in someone else's seat, in a way. It's sitting in the seat of something else. When that thing has not been released, it is sitting in the seat of the thing that actually belongs there. Okay, let's keep that. I guess we can keep that in mind as we go on, because at the bottom we have a tall tale, which is about deception, how we lie to ourselves, how we may be being lied to, and it also talks about how we deceive ourselves and what we hide and lie about in order to, or try to deceive others about or ourselves about, in order to maintain any semblance of control, or to mask and hide how we actually feel out of control. Okay, and then we have the beautiful uncaging. There's a lot of, okay, these cards on top of each other, they seem very unrelated. So we have the beautiful uncaging. This feels very similar to a different energy of willing release. It's kind of like you releasing whatever it is that you're releasing in October, or have released, or in the process, or are in the process of releasing, is really allowing you to accept in things in a way that feels so like expansive, and like you're allowing yourself to be like becoming the dynamic, beautiful version of yourself. It's like this super, like in the middle of this card, it looks like some kind of, it's an angel in the center of this card. Can you see that? Right there. Look at that head. There's a head and a body. And then I guess the heart is in the middle of its chest. And then there's wings. That's fucking beautiful. And it takes a moment to notice it. So just now, I didn't notice it before. Wow. We're going to get into this reading because I really want to know, like, what is happening with you, Scorpio? This is beautiful. And then we have underneath beautiful uncaging. It was exposed and released and revealed. So it feels like all of whatever it is that is currently happening in your energetic field in your life is allowing you to recognize what may have not been true. And I think this has been a common theme in the readings for the signs. There is a gnat in here and it's going to piss me off. A lot of the signs have had this theme of things coming to the surface, like a lot of clarity about shit that they weren't, maybe hadn't seen in them. Basically, a lot being illuminated for them. Untruths. Things that they weren't aware were going on and they got clear on it. And they have to be aware of things like deception in their life or how they deceive themselves. There's been a lot of that with the signs this month. So October, it feels like a lot is being brought to the surface and revealed in order for it to be released. So let's go into your cards. I'm going to start with the tarot, the original Rider-Waite. So Spirit, can I have information on Scorpio's recent past, energy in Scorpio's recent past? Okay, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do that again. Scorpio's recent past, please, Spirit. We have, wow. First we had the Two of Cups. It was the Fool underneath the Two of Cups. And then the death card. And if you're like not, familiar with tarot and you're just like, you're not like familiar with tarot overall, the death card is not actual literal death. Like many times it does not mean that, right? Some people think that when it's combined with another tarot card, like other specific tarot cards, then that is meaning a specific, like an actual physical death. But I usually don't read it that way. For me, it's very transformational. It's about letting the old things die. And in your recent past, we have willing release. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll get into clarifiers because I'm getting excited. Okay, looking at all these cards together, once the story comes together, I'll be able to give you more clarity. But let's go ahead and get into the current energy. Okay, Spirit, can I have Scorpio's current energy, please? Thank you. It'll fly out if it's meant to fly out. If I catch it, then that means it wasn't meant to fly out, just like that. Ooh, all right now. Come on now. Okay, what came out was the Queen of Swords with the Judgment card. Okay, you're in an energy of very much clarity. Like you're going forward with, like, I think you're being honest with yourself. This seems like you're just being honest with yourself and like saying what you need to say, being very straightforward in your energy and using your energy with intention and making decisions that are very based in an awareness of all of yourself. Let me get clarifiers for that, but you're not lying to yourself anymore. Because this tall tale at the bottom of the deck, it must be old energy because this is your current energy. You're not lying to yourself anymore about something. So let's get into October guidance. That'll be the third pile. So we did your recent past, we just did your current energy, and now we're going to get cards for October guidance, okay? Spirit, can I have guidance for Scorpio's October? Thank you. We have the Four of Cups that came out for October guidance. Okay. So let's get some clarifiers for these. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. If that wants to come out, then it'll come out. But there's a lot of reflection on all the things and a lot of the signs. A lot of reflection on what you have prioritized, like the work you've put in and where you've put in work in your life, and how that served you thus far, and then opening yourself up to allowing yourself to build in different ways, to pour into different areas of your life. Okay, a lot of the signs are experiencing that as well. So can I have clarification for this Fool, Two of Cups, and Death, please, Spirit? For Scorpio, thank you. I'm not sure if this wants to be upside down. Like, they came out and they flipped out just like that. So I'm going to take them because it seems very much like this makes sense. It makes sense that they're reversed. We have the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in reverse. They flipped out and they turn right upside down together. And they make perfect sense right now. Okay. Can I have clarification for this Queen of Swords and Judgment card in Scorpio's current energy, please? All right, we're not doing that. Don't play games. Come on now. Love you. Don't be throwing cards at me like that. Go with that. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow. Scorpio. Oh my goodness. This is fucking beautiful. This is so beautiful. The two cards that came out just now were the Queen of Wands and the Six of Swords. And that clarifies your current energy. Wow. Okay, can I have clarity for this Four of Cups? I keep knocking on the deck like I'm doing it from the very start. I only have to activate the deck one time at the very beginning. I keep doing it out of habit. Four of Cups. Can I have clarity on this Four of Cups? Guidance for October for Scorpio, please. I do not have my fan on and I'm regretting that decision. I am regretting it. Many regrets right now. I have to get up and turn that on because, bitch, I'm going to be sweating by the end of this time. Can I have guidance? I'll make sure that this microphone is hearing me well. I look so ugly though. There you go. It's good. It's good. It's good. Four of Cups. Clarity. Thank you. Okay. And then we had the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck again. Clearly, this person, this card wants to be involved. Okay, cool. All right. So what came out as clarification for the Four of Cups were the Hanged Man and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so starting off with your recent past. With the Fool, the Two of Cups, and the Death card, it feels like to me you are letting yourself transform. I think you recognize there were a lot of, like, with this Seven of Cups, you see in the upright, it's very much like this person has so many options. And a lot of these things, the person doesn't know what to choose. There's like a decision overload happening. And their focus is very much on this because they're shadowed out and they're kind of like daydreaming and wondering about all these options that they could have, and very much in a state of like, I don't know which way to go. And there's so many options, but it's just kind of like this decision fatigue that's happening. And some of these actually are not, one is a snake, one is a person in a robe, like a covered, like they don't even know what's underneath that sheet the person's wearing. One is jewels, one is actual success, one is like a lizard snake kind of thing. Like there are different options in this card, right? And it's like the way that they're they're trying to make a decision. That's how I interpret this card. And it also is the ways in which you could, like, someone is emotionally connected to all these different outcomes, and how these things could have been, because it's in the reverse, could have been attempting to take energy or play on your emotions, all these different options, and how they played on your emotions, each of these things. And then we had the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so this is about charity, being open to giving of your, being able to be equitable and charitable, and willing to utilize your good fortune and what you have acquired, and spreading the love, basically. And with the in reverse, it feels like I think there was let me get clarity. I want to make sure that I'm going to make a good inference here. I don't want to infer and be wrong. So let's go ahead. We have the Star card too. This is beautiful. Okay, let's get clarity for the Six of Pentacles. I want to make sure can I have clarity for the Six of Pentacles, please? In reverse. Okay, a card came out. What came out? Okay, Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles came out upright. So, sorry, I had to turn on them. I had to turn on my fan. I had to turn my fan on. Ow! God, fucking hurt. I had to turn my fan on. Oh, goodness. Okay, let me get back to what I was saying. So, in your recent past, with the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups in reverse, and I clarified the Six of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles came out. Okay, so this is saying to me that the Six of Pentacles was basically in it being in your recent past. I think this decision overload had you feeling as though you couldn't give freely of, you weren't giving freely of your energy or your time or the abundance that you acquired. Maybe because you didn't think you'd get it back, or because you were in a place of, with the Death card in this transformation, and like it's in the upright, which means it's not that you're resisting it, because if it was reversed, it would be saying, oh, you don't want to let go of the old shit. But this being in your recent past is saying this was a thought process you were going through, like whatever it is that you had to give. This Seven of Cups is saying that the energy in which you were, it had you in, like, kind of at a stalemate energetically, where you felt very much like you couldn't give, and you also didn't know what to give, like how to give of yourself, how to give of your energy. What could you possibly give to people? And if you gave it to people, would they give it back? And with this 10, and maybe you thought that would they give it back? And if you give so much, you'll be left diminished and depleted. And this is your recent past. So clearly, I think that this was this is how you were thinking. And then ultimately you decided with the Death card that this mindset had you feeling it wasn't working anymore. And so you had to let it go and let yourself move on. Let that part of you die, thinking that let that part of you die in a way that it was allowing something new to come in, a new way of being, a new way of living. Because we had the Fool, and you were just like, let me just fuck it. Let me just try it. Let me just try and give. Let's just choose one. Let me just fucking choose. Like, and I'm gonna choose to go put myself out there. Because the Fool is very, like, jovial and just, like, enthusiastic about the new journey they're going on. And, he's just walking off the cliff. He's about to walk right the fuck off that cliff. Perfectly fine. It's like, fuck it. We'll see what happens. And then we have the Two of Cups. And with these together, it feels like you were like, let me just give of myself. That maybe this is the option that you chose. Give my energy. Let myself connect. Like, a lot of the signs are having this, let myself connect. And with this Ten of Pentacles, I think maybe this is something that you're starting to feel, because it's in your recent past. This is something that you experienced. Because when you let yourself connect and you let yourself experience the love and a very purposeful and intentional connection with other people or another person, it felt like it gave you something energetically. It gave you something. And this upside down Six of Pentacles wasn't confirmed. It was actually all along that you could get it back, because these Two of Cups means that it was given back to you. That is actively currently happening, or you're getting the idea like, oh shit, if I pour into other people, they will pour back into me, right? Because that could possibly be what's happening right now. Okay, let's go into your current energy. And I think with this willing, let me say this, with the willing release, it seems that you releasing those old mindsets and recognizing how you were, in a way, caging your heart up in the recent past. With this beautiful uncaging, you allowed your heart to kind of be open again and accept in connection and relationship. And we even, with your current energy, clear communication, because the Queen of Swords is clear communication. She ain't fucking about. She said, I said what I said. That's how I see the Queen of Swords energy. I said what I said. And I think that you being in that energy, I think you're talking to yourself like that. Like, you know, like, she's not gonna bite on words, whatever she says. She doesn't hold words. She's gonna say how it is, whether you like it or not. And I think you're Queen of Swords in yourself in the current energy. And I was saying that this tall tale and the uncaging, I think that you stopped lying to yourself and like kind of deceiving yourself about what you were really fearful of, which was connection, which was like real purposeful, deep connection. Because maybe something happened in your past where you didn't think you could trust other people or trust yourself to have those connections and have them be have longevity, and those connections actually be purposeful and feel good. Maybe that's possibly what was happening. And this is you uncaging yourself, right? Uncaging your heart and letting yourself experience the connection with other people in your recent past. And then we come into your current energy, where we have the Queen of Wands. Like I said, your Queen of Wands in yourself, and this Judgment card. And this card is about all parts of you coming into understanding of what they got to do in order to live the life, in order to come into fullness. All parts of you waking up and coming into awareness of what is necessary. And I think the Queen of Swords is saying, yeah, we can't be lying to ourselves, because she's looking right at this Judgment card. We can't be lying to ourselves no more, bruh. Like, no, I understand that you have this fear. I understand that you don't possibly, like, you've been through X, Y, and Z. I get it, right? However, you fragmenting yourself and you deciding to, we know that we can't work against ourselves, because we already know that when we stay in this energy of, I have to withhold everything. I have to withhold my energy. I have to make sure that I protect myself, because the Six of Pentacles to me is like a protection of all that you have to give. The Six of Pentacles in reverse was a protection of all you had to give. And this decision overload, it was like you couldn't, like, maybe in the reverse, it was very much like you weren't making a decision at all, so you were just stagnated. Maybe that's exactly what the Seven of Cups is in reverse. It's like you were just stagnated, and you were just like, I can't give, I gotta just stay here. Like, I'm just gonna chill, because the outcome, I don't know what the fucking outcome is gonna be, right? But as soon as you let yourself let go of the idea that you could possibly control the outcome, you stepped off the ledge, and now you're experiencing that which maybe you couldn't have thought you would experience. So now Judgment is, I mean, the Queen of Swords is saying all part, like, that we're not going backwards. Basically, we've woken up now. We're awake. You feel me? Like, we're awake. No more of that. Like, no more of that. We're not going to continue to sit in, because with the Queen of Swords here, we're moving forward with the Six of Wands, leaving behind the old mindsets that I have to hold on to everything I have to withhold in order to be safe, right? I have to keep it all to myself, because if I give it and it's rejected, then I'm gonna feel like absolute shit, right? And this old mindset is like, the Six of Wands is this, he's with his family in this boat, and cups are usually, swords are very much about their mind, the mind, communication, ideas, how we understand a situation. And I think you're taking all the best parts of what you learned in the past or what your current experiences are teaching you. You're taking the best of it and you've decided to move forward in your life because you're now experiencing the possibility, like the what it could feel like to let yourself continue just going into the unknown, because the fool went into the unknown. The fool is like, I'm gonna jump off this cliff and I'm gonna be caught. I'm gonna be caught. I know the safety net is there. I may not be able to see that shit, but I know it's there. And you were like, you took that leap, and now I think you're moving forward with this awareness. Oh, I don't have to be scared of the unknown. I don't have to try and control it by withholding. I don't have to control by withholding, right? Especially of your love and your energy and yourself or your abundance. Like what you give, when you give, you are trusting now with this Two of Cups that what you give will be given back to you, that people want to reciprocate with you. That you won't pour and pour and pour. Maybe you've had experiences in the past where you poured and poured and poured into others and it wasn't given back. And now you're like, oh shit, like I actually could, I'm doing it. Like whatever this is that you have and you're having some kind of connection or experience that is making you feel very nourished and nurtured, and it's in a relationship. Okay, it doesn't have to be romantic, it can be platonic. Okay, it can be multiple people, right? But you're moving forward and these swords are upright, which means that you're very steady and sure. And we have the Queen of Swords as well, which means that you are making decisions from that place, right? In your current energy, I think you know how to make decisions very clearly, and you can't keep fucking around on yourself. Like you did that and now you're like, I think that situation and the outcome of you just taking the leap in the recent past has put us fire under your ass and made you be like, yo, like, all right, cool. I'm just going to be honest about everything. I'm just going to let myself do the unknown. I'm going to let myself experience it, right? Because something good came out of that. And I think you're starting to trust the universe more. You're starting to trust yourself more. And then we have the Queen of Wands. And I think you being in this energy of this light, Queen of Wands she's very passionate, confident individual. She is someone who can walk into a room and make other people feel inspired and enlivened, and her energy is very infectious, and that's beautiful seeing that here, because it feels like with this Queen of Swords and this Queen of Wands, that energy is starting to gain momentum and it's kind of radiating off of you. This energy of, oh my gosh, like life feels exciting and you're connecting with people. And with this connection, it's like you're allowing yourself to, my son came to the door. He's trying to come in the room while I'm filming. But like I was saying, this energy is radiating off of you, and you're starting to build. She has a sunflower. She's holding a sunflower in her hand, and she has this passion and this fire and this energy that is infectious, but she also knows how to use it in a way that is very, charismatic. And I think you're starting to be in this energy of seeing how you could be in these connections and how actually magnetic you are, and how good you are at connecting with people. Like maybe you were in this withholding for so long that now you're letting yourself give, and you're like, oh my gosh, like people really like me, and I have this super magnetic energy, and I'm like, I feel like that bitch or like that guy, like I'm really that one, and that's what this feels like. And you're letting yourself, you're being aware of when, and this Judgment card could also be that when you are in the midst of these connections, right? I think you're letting go of judgment of yourself too. You're starting to like release that stuff, that whatever caused you to feel like you had to withhold yourself, or whatever you had withholding what you had to give to people and to the world, whatever that was. And that the fact that you just took the leap and you decided to let that part of you fall away and take that leap, that's coming into this month. And you're recognizing when you're judging yourself, when you are withholding yourself out of fear that you will be judged, or you are telling yourself that you're not worthy of whatever connection that you want, or that people won't feel like what you have to give is worthy. You're very much sitting in the seat of nope, no. I'm learning lessons from the connections that I have made, and also from giving just giving of your energy, honestly. Just giving of your energy and your time and trusting in your intuition, and you're just giving and you're letting yourself be in connection and to be seen, and you're moving forward into a very much more steady way of living and being. And your current energy is like you're moving forward with a very much more clear mind, and you're not bullshitting yourself, right? This willing release and this tall tale at the bottom of the deck, like you're not lying to yourself. You're not deceiving yourself. You're not lying to yourself about what's true and what's not true. And you're letting yourself, your heart come alive with this beautifully uncaged, right? And with this, I'm gonna get to the current energy in October now, because with this Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I feel like it could be this month that you start to feel a little bit complacent. And with this Four of Cups, because he's sitting in the underneath this tree, kind of just contemplating, like looking at those three cups, like not touching them. He's not like engaging with them. He's just like staring at them, kind of bored. And then this cup is coming like from the sky, like, hey, here, got something new for ya. Want to try? It's like it's a new thing. Come on, you know, like just kind of being like, here, I'm giving you something. And he's so busy looking at these other three cups, being like, harumph, you know, like that he's not even seeing that this cup is being offered to him. Okay? And Spirit is saying for this month, it's necessary that if you are feeling at this place where these connections, you're starting to question what you're building and what the point is. That's what I'm feeling, is what is the point? Why am I doing this? I'm not getting anything out of it, right? It's saying with the Hanged Man, Spirit saying, let yourself just chill, bro. Look at it from a different perspective. Because right now you're looking, this is like, in this month, you may look at these things in a way that is very centered on what you don't have and what's not there. And Spirit saying you're going to miss out on what's being offered to you if you do that. So you need to change your perspective. Let yourself see things differently this month. Rather than your mind going straight to, I'm whatever thought patterns you have. Let me get clarity on this Four of Cups. Did I get clarity on it? I think I'm gonna get clarity on the Hangman. I'm sorry. Can I have clarification for this Hangman, please? That's too many now. Clarity on the Hanged Man, please. Clarify this Hanged Man, please, Spirit. Hanged Man for October guidance. Yo, that was literally at the bottom of the deck, bro. The Star card. Let me look at the bottom of the deck with the Tower. So we have the Star card. Okay. And then the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And if you see the Tower, don't freak out. It's not crazy like you think it is. Okay. But this change of perspective with the Hanged Man and then follow with the Tower underneath it, it's very much for me saying, and then underneath the Tower is the Six of Cups. So this with the Six of Cups, the Tower, and then the Six of Cups is saying to me, clarifying with the Hangman, clarifying the Star. I know I'm saying a lot of cards. I want to make sure I tell you all of them, but let's start with the Hangman and the Star. Okay. The Star card is like this point where you've been through a lot and you experienced a lot, right? And this is like a reflection point where you recognize that with this, you recognize that whatever abundance that you're experiencing, it's not coming from externally. It's coming from internally, because she's sitting here pouring from these vessels, but the vessels are not things that are supposed to be external. These are things that are internal. This is her pouring from herself, from the well of within her, and letting it just out into the world. And I think that you're realizing when you change your perspective, I think that's how it's a Tower moment in your mind. Like, it's very much the mentality. A Tower moment can be, it doesn't have to be, oh my fucking God, my life is falling apart. It doesn't have to be like that, right? It can be this, something that you thought about a very specific way is now shifting, and you think about it in an entirely new way. And when you let yourself be in that Hanged Man energy, and you let yourself just see it from a different perspective and be open, just be open to seeing it a different way, to seeing these three cups, to seeing this connection or whatever your current circumstance is, and checking in with yourself and letting yourself just like reflect, but not reflect and lament and poo poo over what you have, right? But be open to receiving new information about your life, to seeing it differently. And that really may change how you see your life and how you see yourself. Because with this coming out with the Hangman, I think it's like this month you start to see how vast you are and how capable you are, and not just in connection but in your like being. And I think that when you start to pour into other people, it's like you start to not even need other people to pour into you the same. Of course, reciprocity is important. We don't want to get it fucked up. Reciprocity is important. However, it feels as though you are starting to recognize how complete you feel inside of yourself. And this connection, whatever these connections are, and you no longer judging yourself, and you catching yourself and being honest with yourself, being straight up with yourself, not fucking on yourself no more, not playing yourself, basically, you start to realize how much you're changing. And you're kind of emerging with this star energy as very just like a light in the world. And you're letting yourself be that light. This is the month that you start to realize your light. You start to realize your light this month. You have to allow yourself, let yourself come out of, not get stuck in, I should say, not get trapped in this energy of redundancy and like, you know, it's not that good. Connection is not that good. It's just, you know, and like forgetting all of like with the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, it was, I took this out previously because it felt really relevant, but with this Seven of Cups, it's like reflecting on all the ways that he's put in all this work. Like I toiled the soil. I created this. I created this abundance, right? And it seems as though that has to be something that these two feel the same to me. But look at the difference in their facial expressions. He is so gratified here looking at these pentacles. He looks like, oh wow, look what I created. How amazing. While this person's looking at these cups like, ugh, fuck. Okay, and you know, like basically that, look at the difference in their faces. Both are reflection cards. Both are looking at what is there in front of you, but there's a difference in how they're looking at it. Okay? Your perspective matters this month. Your perspective matters. And with the Six of Cups underneath the Tower, I think that there's something in your past that may have, when you were a child, because this always speaks of like, usually Six of Cups speaks of like inner child work and past nostalgia. Something in your past may have caused you to dim your light and see yourself in a way, or see life in a way that has stifled your ability to expand beyond that, or to really let yourself be the you were meant to be. Take up space the way you were meant to take it up, right? And not need anything outside of yourself, not even like search for anything outside yourself. Let that inner well overflow. Learning from listening to yourself, trusting yourself. And you're already on the path to doing that. And this month, it may be that something comes up from your inner child, like your inner child peaks up this month and memories come up, and they may be things that cause you to question, what is it all for? What am I doing this for? Like, do they really want to connect with me like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm making it up in my mind. But you let that go already. You're not withholding anymore. Like, you have to remember what you've already done. And you can't go back. Like, going backwards is not a thing. With the Judgment card, all of you comes into cohesion. All parts of you, including your inner child. Because in the Judgment card, we have men, women, children, all these different people. They're naked. They're open. They are coming up from the death. They are all being brought into the light. They're all being brought into the light. They're all being woken up by this angel blowing a trumpet. They're all being brought to life and coming into cohesion, brought into this moment, saying, this is what happened, everything that happened in my past, this is all the things, right? I have experienced this, I have experienced that, I have done this, I have done that, and very open to being seen in that vulnerability and accepting it. And you've already, in your current energy, you're currently doing that. And I think this month, and you're moving forward with that awareness of yourself, with that new mindset of, I don't have to reject any parts of me. I don't have to withhold any parts of me, because all of that shit is welcome, because I decide. She's like, yeah, I got fire. I have a past, and she looking at you. Look at the way she looking. This is one of my favorite cards. Is she looking at the reader? Like, I'm looking, she looks straight ahead. Like, and what? Yeah. Right? And you go into this month, maybe starting to question if you should be there. If you should be so sure of yourself. If you should be like, yeah, like, should you accept these things? Are you allowed to? An experience from your past is like it comes up in your head and you're like, you should be proud of that. Like, that's not something to be proud of. And then you start to doubt it. And you start to question. But look at what you built. Choose the perspective you want to have. Do you want to look at the things that you've experienced? Do you want to look at yourself in a way that is just like resentful, doubtful, regretful? Or do you want to look at it like, yo, look what I did. This is taking work, and it's going to continue to take work, because we have the Seven of Pentacles, but in your recent past, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And I think that in that moment, you had a belief in that moment where you started to make those connections and you took that leap, and it had a good outcome, that you were like, oh shit, I could actually, like, you started to feel that abundance within yourself. Like, it was like this moment for you. And in this month, I think maybe you forgot that could be an experience. You start to forget that. You have to remember that you have been doing the work, and you can continue to do the work, and look at it from eyes of love. Look at it through eyes of look at it through eyes of acceptance, right? And trust. It really, this Hangman card is about trust. It's like, you may not have all the answers and all the clarity, but just because you don't have the answers doesn't mean that you can't be clear on why you're putting your energy where you're putting it. Because it seems very much you're in a current energy of, I have clarity, I'm clear, right? You're making decisions. I said what I said. You're doing what you said you're going to do. You're saying it very clearly. You're moving forward in that direction, right? However, it seems like this month you maybe you have the option of reflecting in a way that you don't go back to when you saw connection, or you saw abundance, and you saw, I'm trying to even find the words for this, Scorpio. It seems like this could be like a reversion back to, I can't pour out anymore. Like, I can't give. It's like, don't let yourself revert this month back to the, I have to withhold in order to be safe. I have to withhold in order to not just, like, what is that? Run myself dry, drain myself dry. You've already experienced that you can get it. It can be reciprocal. Don't forget this month. This is literally what it's saying. And anything that crops up from your past, any past thoughts or anything that come up, reflect on them and look at them, but look at them like, look where I came from. Not, oh, yeah. And don't let whatever comes up in your mind or any kind of memories sour what you have secured for yourself in the present. The way your mind is changing. Don't let it sour that for you. Don't let it steal your joy and the way that you're growing. Don't let it do that to you this month, because memories really can be like insidious in the way that they cause us to, they can be instrumental in our internal dialogue. They can make us see things differently and then cause you to second guess. But you're not second guessing this month. You've taken the leap already. You know what it is to release. You know what it feels like to just be like, fuck it, let me try. And you've done it. And the outcome made you feel amazing. Like you felt really hopeful for a future that felt so like luscious and like safe and good, and safe in a good way. Not safe as in like the Six of Pentacles in reverse, where you're like basic, everything you're doing is operating out of fear. Not that kind of safe. You know, it's a safety that feels like grounded, and like you are an anchor point for yourself, where you're like, you're just starting to realize, wow, there's so much in me to give. I can never be depleted in that way, right? Especially when I keep coming in and pouring into myself, coming back to myself, I can't be depleted. And in the past, whatever this experience is, don't let it steal your joy this month, okay, Scorpio? You're uncaging your heart. And I think this month, maybe with this contemplation, let things be exposed and revealed, the things that need to be exposed and revealed, so that you can heal from them and move forward from them, rather than letting them influence your life presently. This month is very much about, there's something coming this month with this star and this tower, that something changes in your mind or something changes in your 3D, something is going to shift. And it may be based off of a past experience. So you can either choose to let this experience be something that kind of causes you to like shrink back into yourself and hide from you, or you can let yourself experience all the emotions that come up. Because with this star card, she is very much she's at this water and letting the waters of her emotions flow. So you may need to let yourself emotionally release whatever is coming up for you this month. Emotionally release it. And then there's clarity on the other side of that cry. There could be clarity on the other side of those tears. You may need to really let yourself experience your emotions, because I think right now it's a lot of mind in your energies, a lot of mental swords, and you're getting clear mentally, but I think it has to come into your body. And when you let yourself surrender and look and just reflect in a way that is allowing things to come into clarity for you in a way that feels productive, not in a way that feels completely reductive and reduces your experience to nothing and reduces your strength and your capacity to carry on to nothing. We're not talking about that we're not talking about that. We're talking about something that helps you feel like you are moving forward in a way that feels hopeful this month. And so then we have the Ace of Wands, which is the card that I wanted to read last, because there's something that comes in, this new thing, this new project, this new creative endeavor, there's some kind of really big energy that comes in when you let yourself release. Because with this exposed and revealed card, whatever it is, there's an eye here too, so there's some kind of emotion. This person's in a fetal position in the middle of this eye. This may make you feel, with this tower moment, whatever changes and shifts, it may make you feel like that. It may make you feel completely just frozen and you don't know which way to go. It may make you look at your circumstances the way that this person is looking at those 3 cups, with such disdain. The thing is that with this star, once you decide to just see it from a new perspective and let the tower take place, let it shift your mind. Let it do the new thing. Let yourself be open to this new thing. When you do that, you come out on the other end feeling so clear, open, vulnerable, like full on, because we have the Queen of Wands and she's sitting here, she knows, like, she's like, oh, starting to experience like, yo, I'm a little magnetic. I can, knowing, like, starting to feel that power and that, like, that magnetism and that ability to create and that charisma. And I think that this is necessary for you to you keep that Queen of Wands energy, but it becomes like the root of it is so like vulnerable and open and luscious, and it's like you get in contact with you, and it's that magnetism ramps up hella heavy, and then this new opportunity comes in, and we have underneath the exposed and revealed, we have endless possibilities in the oracle deck. Stars, this openness, this an openness that brings in this new thing. Whatever this Ace of Wands is, it's going to start to, like, it's going to bring in, because underneath on this deck we had the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck as well. And whatever this Ace of Wands is, it's bringing in some abundance for you. And it's going to be very much based off of your energy. Because this star, you're going to shine so bright that this Ace of Wands is given to you, and then it's going to just start to hit the ground running energetically for you. And material, right? And it's not the Ace of Coins, but whatever this idea, this new passion, this new energy, this new, whatever this new thing is that comes in for you, it's fire, and you're going to start building something new, right? It's going to start building something new in your life. So this month, like I said, your title was Keep Up the Good Work. It's all working its way out. Okay? That's what's happening here. You've already been doing work. You've let yourself jump off a cliff once or twice, or maybe just once. Maybe that was the first time you really let yourself jump into the unknown, I should say. And the outcome wasn't as bad as you thought, was it? So you trusted yourself. And you decided to believe in the good. Take the good and leave the bad. And now you're moving into this month where you might start to reflect, and that reflection might feel a little bit complicated. It might bring some complications because things come up within the reflection. And within that reflection, it may bring about something that changes like drastically. It could be in the material realm. It could be in the mental realm. Only you will know. But whatever that is, when you let yourself surrender to that, the outcome is you living in your light. Like fully letting yourself embrace your exuberance and your bigness, which you deserve to do. Okay? So, let's get into the final card for the reading. This was beautiful, Scorpio. It's going to be a big month for you. You have to let it be, though. You have to do not resist. Do not resist your radiance this month. Do not resist truth. Do not resist, in a way, the emotional release that's coming. Don't resist it. Because once you get past that, and once you let it flow, when you let the waters really flow, on the other end of that, there are endless possibilities. Spirit says so. Spirit says so. You gotta listen. That's what God says. Okay? Endless possibilities on the other end of that, okay? So let's get a final message for Scorpio. These cards are so smooth that they just like be sliding on my hands instead. Can I have a final message for Scorpio, please, for October? That card flipped upside down. So we'll keep it. Okay. We have so we have two different cards, and they're both blue. So there's a lot of water here, and you are a water sign, so that makes sense. But there's a lot of water here. These are the two cards that came out. Okay, and I'm gonna read them for you because they have a lot of information on them and guidance. So the card that came out first was expect to attract soul-based partnerships, whether platonic or romantic, that will elevate your life noticeably. These dynamics are growing connections that are meant to be. They offer a sense of reassurance, nurturance, and comfort. A connection that harmonizes and gives rather than takes. And also, we have partnership and connections will bring true happiness and prosperity. This connection will elevate your soulmate and or tribe, mutual love, compassion, healing, and fulfillment. So this Ace of Wands could be, that could be what that is. An opportunity maybe to that brings you to meeting these people, to meeting this soul tribe. Maybe. And then at the bottom of the deck we have water, but you have to let me finish that statement. You have to let yourself be open, because if you resist this Tower and you resist this surrendering and letting yourself just become anew and start thinking differently, if you resist it, then it could be that you are actively blocking that blessing of these these soul tribe and these soul connections coming in. This Ace of Wands. Okay? You have to let yourself, you have to be open, and there has to be space for them to come in, because if you are holding resentment within you and like blocking yourself off and going back to blocking yourself off again, then you're going to block them from coming in. And I know that you felt the connections already, and you know how good that felt and how much hope that gave you. This month, let yourself really have it. Right? Reflect hopefully, not with a heart full of hate and regret. Okay? And then at the bottom of the deck, we have water holds knowledge. Health is wealth. Water heals and grounds. New journey, new discoveries, new exploration, new information. Memories that bring insight. Memories, we had the Six of Cups. Find a body of water as the universe aligns you with the insights needed for your journey. Drink more water and thank it. Speak life into your water. Your spirit team is guiding you toward fulfillment and the wellness of your being, so take care always. We already had the Star card. She's pouring her waters out. She's very much connected to her emotions and her depth, right? And letting herself fully experience those. That is guidance for you this month, is to let yourself, don't sit there, holding in your emotions, because when you reflect, emotions probably will come up for you, because this Four of Cups is just like this, and this is like a protective stance. Like it's a protective mechanism when you're blocking yourself. Let it be open. Let yourself be open, right? And whatever comes up, let it come up. Take care of your body. Like this says, drink lots of water. That may help the waters come from you easily when you're connected to that element, right? Let yourself connect to your watery nature, Scorpio, this month. Trust that what's on the other end of what feels challenging, what feels icky or sticky, it's worth it. Everything, it's all working out. It's all working its way out. Okay? Much love. This was very in depth. This is a deep one. I'm so happy for you. But this month you have to recognize when you're resisting and release. Release the resistance. Surrender. Let yourself change, okay? You've done it once in your recent past. You've done it once. Let yourself change. This might feel like a huge change, but the change is gonna be bring about a reality and an inner experience, an inner peace that is just incomparable to anything you've ever felt before, okay? Take care this month, Scorpio. Love you much. Peace.